Beware the Phantom of the Opera.
Is that how you get ready for Nightwish?
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what side of the world you're in. I'm HalfLifeSistah, and this is my hubby Wolf Kane.
What is up, everybody?
And welcome to another episode of Sistah and the Wolf Reaction.
2019, baby.
Yes, happy New Year, my loves.
Damn.
I know.
I hope you missed us, but not too much.
Yeah.
I know we've been away for a good bit.
Indeed.
This is probably going to be maybe our last video or two using this old camera. We're going to go for an upgrade.
We'll see.
Increase our HD, hopefully.
Yes.
Get that to work. And improve our quality. We've been working on our setup, everything, slow improvements here and there. And we're just going to keep on trying to get better.
Yes. And thank you all for the love and support, because it would not be possible if it wasn't for you, my patrons and my Twitch subscribers.
Yeah. We all promised you Pendulum the Pendulum in December. Obviously, we got sick. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, we both were dog sick.
Yeah.
At the same freaking time.
Well, we took turns.
We did.
So
while you were recovering, I was...
Yeah. So we took turns, and it happens. But we're better now.
Much better.
Hopefully we stay that way.
Yeah.
Drop some weight for the new year.
And I'm going to gain some
Get
muscle
healthier.
for New Year's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some muscle.
We're not getting any younger.
No,
I
we're
guess.
not. 44, my loves. It's crazy.
Gonna be 2020 before you know it.
Oh, my God.
We're living in the future, apparently.
Yes, indeed.
Where's our flying cars?
I know, right?
I don't understand.
I know.
I was promised flying cars in the 80s.
The
but,
Jetsons is what you know, what set it off for me. My
man.
imagination and stuff.
All right, well, Poet and the Pendulum.
Yeah.
We're bringing to you better late than never.
Indeed.
We couldn't do any other reaction besides this since we promised to everyone.
Right.
So we know you'll be mad at us. But
not to mention we have some patron reaction we have to get to as well. They've been so patient and loving and so supportive.
we are.
Thank you, bad loves.
Yes, we're going to
Thank you
start
so
banging
much.
those out real quick. I've already got them set up. We just need to go ahead and introduce you to them.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I haven't heard either, so it's going to be fun for me.
Awesome. Okay, baby. Good.
All right. Somehow everyone always misses this, so I'm just saying this right now. If you don't want to hear us talk about Nightwish, as fans, as nerds, that's fine. If you just think reaction channels are supposed to be say hi, go to the reaction, and then say bye, that's fine. Time codes are always in the description of all our videos. Someone always misses this. You don't have to comment.
I don't think they miss it. They just want to be trolls and just comment on it. That's what I think. But I
don't have to listen to this part if you don't want to.
You don't.
Time codes
No one does.
in the description.
No one ever does, though.
Time codes in the description.
They can just click. Like, we've had soldiers comment in our defense saying, dude, just fast forward. Go to the reaction. It's not a big deal. It's not that serious.
This is how we like to do things on this channel.
And babe, stop. This is our last time commenting on this.
Last time we said
our
this.
Our last time.
That's it.
Because we don't have to apologize to anybody.
Yeah, that's it. Moving on. All right, let's see how much you remember. I want you to give me a roll call. I want you to start from this. Which side am I pointing here?
I know, right?
All right, is this my right side or my left side?
That's your right side.
Okay, start from my right side. And who's this gentleman here, the new guy?
Why you put him on a spot? I think, okay, this new guy here. There. That's Troy?
Troy.
It is?
He's the
guy with the flute?
Right, he's the
flute. Okay,
flutist.
so that's Troy.
And
the sexy, beautiful pirate guy is Tomas?
Tomas, yes. He's the mastermind.
Yeah, he's the guy that he's the creator, the mastermind behind the group, right?
Right.
Okay.
And now I have a top hat. And then gentleman in the middle?
Marco. DeMarco?
Marco.
Okay, Marco. We have Florida, of course.
Okay, now Marco.
The other guy is...
He's the guy from
Marco
Pendulum
is
the
the
Opera.
guy of course, that makes my heart pitter-patter. Out my chest.
So one thing you realized when you were listening to Phantom of the Opera, as much as you like Tarja,
oh my God!
you got a little smitten with Marco there.
I think he did the sexiest thing I've ever seen a man do ever.
Well.
And then we have Kai over there and Emppu. I think. Did I get the ring right? Kai. Okay.
He replaced Yuka.
Kai.
Yuka.
I'm remembering. I can't believe it.
He replaced the drummer because he had insomnia. And Emppu.
Guys, I can't believe this. I don't usually remember anything.
You're doing great.
I love Nightwish. What can I say?
So, Marco.
For
our Patreon reaction,
the husband.
I'm going to give you a little surprise.
Okay.
It's going to have a little Marco surprise in it. All right, so join us on
Really?
Patreon if you want to see it. It's going to be early access, and of course later on it'll go on YouTube, just like the Devin Townsend one we did. Emppu. Want to talk a little bit about him real quick because I feel like I don't think he's like underappreciated as far as Nightwish fans go, but I want you to appreciate the fact that he is technically the sole guitarist. And when you listen to Nightwish songs, I know you haven't heard a whole bunch, but what you've heard, have you missed guitar in any sense? Do you feel like any guitar was lacking?
Absolutely not.
You know, a lot of the bands that we listen to, like Iron Maiden has 3 guitarists now. Most bands have 2, a lead and a rhythm, or sometimes they'll share lead and share rhythm.
Right.
And here we have a situation where one thing that's interesting is Marco can also play guitar, but of course he plays the bass in the band. But Emppu is technically the guitarist. He's the lead, he's the rhythm, he's all the guitar that you hear.
Okay.
And he's so good and so clean. You never feel like there's only one guitarist. You never feel like there's anything missing. Because he gives you everything you need. And I just wanted to give him a shout out, a little appreciation, a little love on how good he is in reality. And we know that Tomas, Emppu, and Darya were schoolmates.
Okay, yes,
right?
yes, I remember that, yeah.
And actually, Emppu and Darya had the same music teacher.
Okay.
And Tomas and Emppu were friends in school.
Okay. That's so cool.
Yeah. And, when they decided to form the band, they were going to be an acoustic mood music kind of band. And they remember Darya obviously from school, so they brought her in and wanted to have her sing on the tracks. But they didn't know that she was training to be a lyrical singer, and they didn't know how big and strong her voice got. So when they heard it, they wanted her in the band, but they felt like it no longer meshed with what they wanted to do.
Right, I understand.
So they came up with the idea of making it a metal band to fit her voice.
Wow. So they created the band around her skill set?
Technically, yes.
That is pretty
that's
interesting, especially considering the fact that she's no longer with them, and then they had to.
Well, I bring that up because it's an important note, because everyone's been asking us to react to Poet and the Pendulum, but you remember in a lot of the comments, they wanted me to give you the backstory on what the deal with the song is,
right.
so that you can appreciate it more. And that's why that's an important thing to remember is Darya technically became the face of Nightwish.
Yeah,
She's the voice of Nightwish.
Makes total sense, maybe.
And they did kind of make its conception off of her voice. So to remove her from Nightwish, in a lot of fans' eyes, and I fell victim to this, Nightwish kind of would come to an end if you remove her as the singer.
Right,
because is it really Nightwish at that point, or is it just another symphonic band?
Right.
They're
still Nightwish.
And that was a problem that Tomas had with removing her. I'm not one of the people who faults Darya for what happened. I feel like there's a personality conflict between the band and her.
Of course.
And I feel like I can relate to her personality, because I'm the kind of guy who, if I can avoid a meeting, I will. If I can avoid unnecessary things, I would.
Right, baby.
And I feel like, and I'm also a very solo, entrepreneurial kind of take control my kind of way kind of thing.
Indeed, baby.
And Darya has said that she has never felt like Nightwish was her band or her voice.
Really?
She felt like, because Tomas technically was the brains behind the whole thing, and the music kind of comes from his heart, from Emppu, from Marco. Marco joined later on a little bit. Darya never felt like it was her own, and of course this hurt Tomas's feelings, because he looked at it as a family.
Of course.
I mean, they knew each other since they were kids. I mean,
it's unfortunate.
It's they spent most of their lives together, if you really think about it, when you do the math.
Right. I don't do math, but yeah.
So, taking all that in consideration, also, Darya has said that the next album they were going to do was actually going to be their last. And she wanted to go solo, and she didn't feel...
Oh, so she said that?
Yeah, so she was
I
already...
thought that she was the one that... No, she didn't have any idea that she was leaving the group.
At that moment, she didn't. But that's why Tomas was a little surprised that she didn't expect what happened, because it's like, if you're saying that the next album, not this album, but if the next album was going to be your last,
right? Then,
and you're saying that we don't necessarily have a future with you,
right.
and you're not showing up to rehearsals,
right.
and you're not as interested, you're clearly not as interested to have lunch with us, to travel with us and stuff like that. You're clearly this entrepreneurial spirit who wants to do her own thing.
Exactly.
Why would it be a surprise to you that we would want to dismiss you sooner rather than later?
Yeah.
And I think that now that's probably why they're getting along. I don't know about her and Tomas, but I know that Marco and her have shared the stage and sung together. And I feel like, and of course Floor and her are friends. Yeah. I feel like the animosity and everything has passed, the weirdness has passed. Yeah. But at the time, it was very difficult. It was difficult for, maybe not as difficult for Tarja, because she just pursued her passion a little bit sooner than she expected.
Right.
She didn't expect it to happen that year. And they did it like literally right after that concert, the Phantom of the Opera. When that ended, that concert ended in Helsinki.
That was her last.
She wanted to travel back to Argentina. So her husband's from Argentina. I believe she speaks multiple languages. I hear her sing in multiple languages.
She's a wonderful.
Yeah, very, very talented lady. And so they didn't want her to leave and go on a plane and then have to deal with this later. They wanted to deal with this now. They gave her that open letter, and you understand by open, it means that they published it to the people. They published it. They didn't
before she knew?
Right. They didn't just give it to her. They made it public. And some people would look at this as a dirty thing to do.
I mean, I think in a way it's kind of paying respect to the fans, letting them know firsthand, before it all hits the fan, I guess. I mean,
that's the problem Tomas had. It's like, if she is the voice of Nightwish to most fans, they didn't even have a replacement singer. He just needed to get rid of her because she was weighing his being down, and his, you know how when you know something's going to happen, you just want it to happen already.
Yes,
the delay is killing you. So he just wanted to get it over with. Just
wanted to wash his hands with it.
And it's ironic that they had in his opinion, one of the best concerts they've ever had.
Oh, wow.
And everything was perfect. The lighting, the fans, the music, everything just was spot on. It was like a perfect way to end it.
Wow. And,
he named the DVD End of an Era. Right. It's an end of an era for this particular part of Nightwish, but he doesn't, obviously Nightwish is going to continue. So he wanted fans to look at it as in that perspective, where this era is over, a new era begins, and just try to separate the two. Right. Don't judge the new Nightwish based on old Nightwish. Yeah. Judge it just based on the content that's being released.
That's what it should be based on.
Yeah.
Judged on.
And for people like me, it was a little hard. Why
though? I mean, if I guess I'm
well, remember they switched to Annette. Annette does not have a bad voice.
Right.
And I went back and, now that I've rekindled my love for Nightwish, I've gone back and I've kind of reminded myself as to how my scenario went down. So in 2005, she gets dismissed. In 2007, they release the next album, which was the Dark Passion play.
Okay.
And I remember learning to love it. Okay. And I used to listen to Dark Passion play a lot. After Dark Passion play, they released Imaginarium, and I'll be honest with you, I heard it once.
Uh-huh.
It didn't connect with me.
Okay.
And that's when I stopped listening to anything Nightwish did afterwards, and I just continued to just listen to my old Nightwish stuff.
So what didn't connect? The voice, or
not the voice?
It wasn't the voice.
Actually, I just thought the album itself
lackluster.
It didn't connect with me the way old Nightwish songs did. It just seemed a little.
So you think that maybe is it possible that they tried to, the same way they created a group around Tarja, they probably also, since they had Annette, decided to base it around her skill sets.
Well, that's the interesting thing. So when he dismissed Tarja in 2005, he was already writing Dark Passion play. When Annette filled that role, she stepped in and filled that role for Dark Passion play, but it wasn't necessarily written for her.
Okay.
I would assume Imaginarium was written for Annette. I'm not saying that that's why I didn't think it was good.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, I only heard it once, so this is how many years ago. I can't remember exactly why I didn't like it. I just remember it didn't really connect with me, and I didn't hear anything on there that I wanted to hear again. So it's just kind of that's where I left it.
Okay.
So now I'm back,
Uh-huh.
and I'm super excited because they've released an album with Floor in 2015, and I haven't heard anything from it.
Okay.
And I'm intentionally not going to hear anything from it because I want to be able to react with you to it as well as if I'm hearing it for the first time. I'm familiar with this song, Poet in the Pendulum, because this was actually off of Dark Passion Play. This was sung originally by Annette, but what we're going to hear is Floor singing it.
Of course,
Okay.
and she's with them.
And I can't wait. It's got Richard Dawkins on the new album. Do you know who Richard Dawkins is?
No, I don't.
He's a evolutionary biologist.
Okay.
He created the meme. You know what a meme is, right?
I do know what a meme
He,
is.
he created the meme. He wrote it in the 70s in one of his books. He used the terminology meme. He's the reason why memes
But
are a
he's
thing.
the reason why, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
so I like where Tomas's head is at now.
Uh-huh.
Apparently he's into evolutionary biology, which to me is everything. And evolutionary thinking, it's just when, like I've said this in other videos, when you start thinking in the right context, everything falls into place. Suddenly everything makes sense.
Indeed.
So I like that. I'm looking forward to listening to that album. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Poet and the Pendulum, 2005. Tomas is going through some shit. He just dismisses Tarja, his good friend. He doesn't just lose a singer, he loses a friend. He's depressed. He doesn't know the future of his own band. And obviously he's being judged by the way he handled it.
Yeah.
Publishing it.
Why did he handle it like that?
Like I said, he handled it like that because he needed the fans to understand that they didn't just do this because of some minor reasons. There were some legitimate reasons why they had to let her go, and because she was the voice of the band, fans needed to understand their side without it being tainted by other people's opinions and stuff.
Yes.
So he felt like
so I knew
he
it had to be
do
because
it
of the
that way.
fans. That's good. Okay.
All right, so I took some notes here for these are Tomas's words, most of them,
Okay.
so that you can understand this song and what it's about. Give you the backstory, and then we're going to get right into it. All right. One thing he said is, it would be an exaggeration to say Dark Passion Play saved my life, but it definitely saved my mental health. All right. A lot of people think that he was suicidal and that this song is what kept it from. No, he was depressed. He was, but he's also wasn't out of his mind or anything. This song did help him. This was like a therapy for him to get back into it and just kind of get moving to the next project. All right, Poet and the Pendulum is the first song in Nightwish's 6th album, Dark Passion Play. This song is one of Tomas's most personal songs, dealing with Tarja's leaving the band and his feelings on it, right? The song is one of the longest songs, only second to The Greatest Show on Earth, which is off of that 2015 album I told you I never heard.
Yeah.
So we've been getting a lot of requests for that, so I'll be, like I said, I'm intentionally avoiding it. I don't want to spoil it for myself. I want to hear what a studio version of Floor and Nightwish sound like. Very interested to see what music written for her is going to sound like. So I'm super, super interested in that.
Me too.
What's interesting is there's a demo version of this song sung strictly by Marco. Might want to listen to that one day. So just him singing this particular song with some slightly darker lyrics. I'm going to give you an excerpt of the song.
Okay.
There's a moment where there's like a poem being said by a boy. Little disturbing, but I just want you to understand the weight of this song from Tomas's point of view. And I know it looks like I'm wearing a top hat when I'm covering his face. Mm-hmm. But this is what he says. So, today in the year of our Lord 2005, Tomas, like he even uses his name so that there's no mincing of words, that this is him speaking here, was called from the cares of the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text. Save me. So this is going to be in part of the song. So it's like an act. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4.
Wow, this is a long song.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the song's about 14 minutes, I think.
Oh, God. Oh, 14 minutes long?
Yes. I think we've said enough about it.
Yes,
You understand the setup. You understand the point of the song. Let's see. Let's have Thomas take us into his mental adventure on how he felt about the breakup. And see how we come out on the other end. Part 1. The video at the bottom is going to show you when each part starts and ends. That light is beautiful up there. They do this thing with these young boys and their beautiful voices. It's haunting. That sounds like a lot of layers. Oh, I love it. So beautiful. Can you hear the duet with Marco?
Yeah. Yeah. Woo!
My home is there and there, those meadows of adventure-filled days will be very smiling face. Please, no more words, thoughts from a severed head. No more, please tell me once my heart goes right.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Oh my God.
On the shore we sat and talked under the sea pale moon, whose guiding light chose you all. I'm afraid, so afraid, being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns, long enough to find yourself screaming every night, long enough to see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes and counting. I just wish the tide would catch me first and give me a death I always longed for. the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, pen and 1,000 pages of erased text.
Wow. Oh my god. Wow. I really enjoyed that. Wow.
Act 5.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
That was a sweet thank you at the end there. I like. That's a lot to take in on a single. really like 5 songs in one.
Yeah. And they think I'm acting. I'm holding back. Okay? I'm really holding back.
Bring your tissues.
That was, I think, the most beautiful musical journey I've ever been on. That was a very profound.
Can you see what he was going through in each part? Particularly the end.
He came out at the end, though.
Yeah.
He came out.
Like you could almost see the clouds parting
Yes.
and everything.
Yes. What a beautiful job they did on this song. This is just...
Yeah, part 3 where he's in the Pacific, like he's underwater, like he's drowning in his feelings, and then the integration of I forget what that type of singing is called with the young boys who have that kind of choir voice.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Oh man. Wow. Wow, guys. Oh my goodness.
It's very effective. Yeah, so that was my first time hearing Floor sing that version. Obviously, I'm used to Annette singing it.
What do you think, love? She did a good job?
She did a good job because she's a good singer.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are going to feel about this because this doesn't change.
Excuse me.
Girl, get yourself right.
I appreciate songs that tells a story. And of course, I think most songs, I assume that they write them in a way that it tells a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that most songs fail when it comes to actually articulating that story in a way that you're able to close your eyes and see what's going on in that song. And I think they did a really good job at telling a beautiful story, a heartwarming story, musically in a way that you could actually see it and feel it, experience it as if you're the one going through it. Did you feel you were going through that with,
yes.
Right?
Yes. I mean,
Wow.
Originally when I was listening to that song, I didn't know the context. I didn't know that that's what the song was about. I think it's the first song on the album, and it was just a great song. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure if I knew that was one long song. I might have thought that was 5 songs or 4 songs or something, like an intro to something else.
Gotcha,
I don't think I even paid attention to the fact that was like an entire like body of work in that one song.
Wow. You know.
Now that I do.
Jeez. Do they have other songs like this though? That are this long? I love it.
Well, again, this was up until that point their longest song, but since then it's been eclipsed by The Greatest Show on Earth.
Okay.
The Greatest Show on Earth, which makes sense because I haven't heard the song, but like I mentioned with Richard Dawkins being part of the album and him doing evolutionary biology, I'm guessing it's like this big evolution song about the world and Earth and life and stuff. So looking forward to that because that sounds super interesting.
Me too.
But now that I do look at this song, listening to it with fresh ears as far as the context, I thought he did a great job.
Did a beautiful job. Wow, this is like, I would say, one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life.
I wouldn't go that far, but it is an excellent song.
Well, I mean, I'm still, new to this world of music.
I mean, we haven't even delved into like any actual Tarja Nightwish songs. You heard Phantom of the Opera, which is technically a remake, but we haven't hit you with like some of their early stuff that is just phenomenal. So
I'm excited.
Not gonna drone on anymore. We're gonna hit the next video on Patreon. Thank you so much, everybody. This was a great choice, obviously.
Ooh, and they chose it, I think, because they know that I like lengthy songs. I think.
They know you like epic songs, and again, this kind of fills in that chapter with Tarja and Floor and all the everything in between, and also Annette. And we're gonna give some love to Annette on. I think the next reaction we should do a Nightwish Annette, so that you can see what the middle person is.
Like that.
And again, while not the perfect fit for Nightwish, she definitely crushed a lot of songs and did a great job. All right, we are hot, sweaty messes. This is ridiculous. We gotta say our goodbyes.
All right, my loves. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video, and if you did, please do not leave without giving us a thumbs up. Comment below, subscribe to our channel, and also please do share our videos as well.
And as always,
keep it metal. Metal forever, baby.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Please click the link below to see my schedule on Twitch and join me live and be a part of all the beautiful fun. Now, before you go, please don't forget to click that follow button. And if you don't want to miss out, be sure to turn your notifications on. But if you ever miss any of my streams, you can always watch them back with ease by clicking here.
But Marco.
Oh my God. Marco Polo. Let me stop. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, and share.